Wanda says you guys will never understand what happens emotionally and physically with a woman. You're right about that. We don't. We cannot even function normally without misplaced anger and rage. I guess you have to be a woman to get it. If women understood that point, you as a woman understand that to be able to tell us that. We won't understand that. Okay, I totally agree with that statement. However, it's important to know the why. If you know that's occurring, then you have an opportunity to go get checked out, go get looked at, make some change. This is occurring. I feel this way. Then get the help. A lot of women aren't even getting the help that they need. They're going to their girlfriends, but they need to go get help. I say this all the time on this channel. As a man, if you have some issues in your past, do not think that it's less of a man for you to go talk to somebody. If you have those issues in your past and the emotions and the feelings, go talk to somebody. Why let that be the excuse why you didn't work on your marriage and let your marriage fail because you weren't willing to get the help that you need and put in the work, the sense of duty to make the marriage continue? T-Mac says, is anger and rage a normal bodily function, Wanda? If so, then why don't men and female animals have said anger and rage? I'm curious either way. If with everything, Wanda, that you said, everything that you just put out there, in a less sense of duty, a less sense of understanding about roles, right? As men, we understand from watching sports, in order for the team to win, everyone has to be playing their part and their role to their max efficiency. Find me a championship team where they didn't come together over the course of time or the course of certain points within the season that allowed them to get to the championship. If this is an issue that women today are having, how do they fix it? How do they work on it? We could say this was going on. We feel this way. The hormones, this, that, and the third. Okay, got it. What is the solution? Because the other problem on top of that is you have this modern day society told things are different now. The game has changed. Now add on what you said. Why should any man get into that contract, get into a marriage, get into a long-term relationship if that is what's going on with women today? We don't understand it. Okay, we don't understand it, but how do we fix it? How do women fix that? Do women even today care to fix it? I don't think they do.
That is actually a first world problem. Men are not having this issue when they go to third world countries. Women are not having these issues outside of first world countries that are practicing feminism, because women even in America didn't have those issues before feminism was raised. And we are now starting to understand that women have been lied to. The women from Cosmopolitan who even said all of this stuff admitted that they lied to sell women on marketing so that they could make money hand over fist. So women didn't even have these issues prior to feminism becoming what it is. And what we've done is, if you look over the last 20 years, we only have to go back 40. If you look over the last 20 years, women's personal hormonal issues, mental issues, emotional imbalances have risen. And that's why we have right now 3 out of 5 women in the United States of America being on some type of psych medication. So that's not something that is male driven. That is female driven. In my personal opinion, why that is because we have more women in male spaces. Men were the primary workers in the United States of America. 70% of women were housewives. You didn't have these issues. But now that we have 73% of women working and only 20% or so of women being housewives, we having way more issues. And it's compounded because you said it, TSG, earlier when you mentioned breaking up certain homes in which you now have 2 people working, increase the revenue for the United States. But here's the problem. It's not helping now. It helped initially when women came into the workplace. There was an excitement of, I got my own. I could take care of myself, and it looked good. It, like I said, it was marketing. They geared all of this stuff and made it look wonderful.
You remember the movie back in the day, 9 to 5? It was like
a
big
9 to 5. Yes.
Yeah, it was like a big, okay, we got women in the workplace, and this is how they're gonna fit in. And
it was made to make women think that they belong. And I'm not gonna say some women, because there's always outliers. There are women who earn a place in the room and they want to be in a room and they want the stress and the power. What are we seeing now is we're starting to see women hand over fist say, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't want to work no more. I don't want to do it.
You hear it all the time. I understand that women want a man that can provide so they don't have to work the whole time the rest of their life. A good man is willing to put that on his shoulders, right? Like I said, that young man even knew that, hey, man, I want my wife not to have to work, but we can't afford it in today's society.
All right, Josh. Josh is next. What's happening, Josh?
My wife and I both work, and I make a living, but not enough to provide the lifestyle that we want and for our future children. We want to do things such as save up for a home, go on vacation, but it's hard right now with both of us working as hard as we do. It hurts even more to see her come home and stress and not be able to drop off her work at work, but it bothers her at home. And I just want to tell her, hey, babe, just quit, don't worry about it anymore. But we, at the moment, cannot afford that.
It hurts even more to see her come home and stress.
But I want to be able to provide that lifestyle, but at the same time, I want to have my wife back. So what can we do?
I mean, this is how the economics have changed so much that a man could go work a 40-hour work week, could afford to have a house and have a full family on just his salary. Woman at home.
It's only changed in certain homes because I give credit to the Hispanics because the Hispanics still have a higher percentage of housewives than whites and blacks. So Hispanics are able to do it, but I'm going to tell you what the major caveat for them being successful in doing that. They live at a lower lifestyle. Women have been in the workplace so long, they want the lifestyle. Everything's a lifestyle. And just like that, the 25-year-old, his wife wants a lifestyle that they cannot afford. Now, if she was willing to downgrade their lifestyle, she could stay at home because she does have a husband that's willing to say, hey, go ahead and quit your job. Think about that in today's culture. How many men are saying that?
Let me bring up this comment from Wanda. She says, when I went through those issues in the past, I took my hubby with me to the GYN. She explained to him as well as what I was experiencing. We worked together and found what worked for us. All is 100% now. I asked that question. I also made the statement, if you remember correct, I said, you gotta go talk to somebody. See, your husband was brought in there to be talking to the GYN. You understood what was going on. He understood what was going on. You came up with your plan. You said, okay, we understand what's going on. How do we fix this? And what's happening nowadays is that it's being used as a scapegoat. It's being used as an excuse for why women are like, I'm not happy, or, I'm not servicing my husband, or if he had done this, if he had cut the grass when I asked him to, or went to and got his honeydew list done, then I wouldn't feel this way. That's what you have women saying, that because a man didn't do something, I'm feeling this way. Whereas what I get from everything that you put in the chat so far, that this is a natural occurrence that is happening in women, that happens to women. And if that's the case, then why aren't women seeking help to keep their marriages intact? Why aren't they doing the things to say, okay, this is a problem. This is how we in this household is going to solve it. I encourage all women to do the same. And that's all we were saying. Like, we have this issue. How do we fix it?